welcome back to my channel. I just finished cardio spin class, and this is the first time that I've really done a true spin class and actually like put effort into it since I was sick, which I will talk about that here in a little bit. Today's video is going to be intermittent fasting question and answer. On my previous intermittent fasting video, I asked you guys to ask me questions, and you did just that. That being said, here later on, I am going to sit down and answer all of those questions, or a majority of them, or the most asked ones. But for now, I'm just gonna kind of take you guys through my morning. I just finished spin class. I'm gonna go sit at a coffee shop, get some coffee in me because I have not had any today. How I made it through a spin class without any caffeine in my veins, in my system, is a divine miracle. I gotta let this hair dry first for a minute. And then when I'm back to normal, I'll be back on camera. Hello, YouTube. I am back. I am now at my apartment. And let me just say this. It has been a wild week. For the past 8 days, my air conditioning has been out. I have nothing good to say about the landlord and how he has handled the situation. It is literally 90 degrees in here right now, so if I look like I'm sweating at any point, or if my face gets red, or poor Nico is panting, like I've been having to give him water like crazy and taking him outside just to get fresh air. It's ridiculous. Anyways, that's besides the point. I am back and I'm here to address your questions about intermittent fasting. I went through my previous YouTube video and made just like a list. Whew, you guys are dying already. Made a list of all the most frequently asked questions about intermittent fasting. Some of these I've already addressed in previous videos, but they just keep getting asked, so I'm just gonna keep answering them. Question numero uno. During your eating window, do you have certain times that you eat every 2 to 3 hours, or do you eat whenever? I personally eat whenever I want. Whenever I get hungry, I don't have like a set schedule. I break my fast around 2 or 3 o'clock. Hello, handsome man. I break my fast around 2 or 3 p.m. and then I just eat whenever I'm hungry. Question number 2. Can you drink apple cider vinegar during your fast? Yes, it's not going to break it. Apple cider vinegar is 0 calories, so you're good to go. Is it bad to try building muscle while you're in a cut? Yes, this is a given. Yes, it is not a good idea to try to build muscle if you're in a cutting phase. Typically, when you're in a cutting phase, you're going to decrease weight. You're going to lose body fat, but you're also going to lose a little bit of lean muscle mass. If you're trying to significantly build muscle or develop certain muscle groups, I would recommend that you are in a caloric surplus. Is it possible for your body to adapt to the 16-8 intermittent fasting approach and hit a plateau? No, I don't believe this is possible. I've been doing intermittent fasting for 2 years now. Wow, 2 years as of like this month, next month, that's crazy. I've been doing intermittent fasting for 2 years now, and my body has never once adapted to it. Simply, if you feel like you're hitting a plateau, it's probably time to mix things up with your diet or your calorie intake. How long should you give intermittent fasting to see if it's working for your body? Honestly, it's just like following any diet approach. You need to give your body time to adapt, to adjust, to make significant changes, etc., etc. So I would say 2 to 3 weeks to see how your body responds. If I work a 9 to 5 job and work out after work, what would be the ideal fasting window? It's hard to say because honestly, you can do any single window you want, whatever works best for your schedule. But if that were me and I worked a 9 to 5 job, woke up around like, 6:30, 7 a.m., went to work, worked out afterwards, I would probably break my fast around like 3 o'clock. And then fast or keep my window open until like 10 or 11 p.m. But that's just what I would do. How long did it take your body to adapt and adjust to intermittent fasting? About 2 weeks. Since you train fasted, do you take a pre-workout before your spin classes in the morning? I do not, however, I do typically drink a coffee. A coffee, 2 coffees, 3 coffees. Will intermittent fasting work for someone who is not highly active? Yes, and that is the beauty of it. And that's the beauty of dieting, flexible dieting, anything of that nature. You don't necessarily have to go to the gym 6 days a week to see the results. As long as you're being consistent with your diet, as long as you're being consistent with your feeding window and your fasting window, you are going to see results, sister. During your feeding window, when do you consume carbs? Mostly during the first part of the day, all throughout the day, or before bed. Honestly, personally, I spread them out all through my feeding window. I eat carbs before bed. I eat carbs with my first meal, with every meal in between. As you guys probably know, I have a significantly high carbohydrate intake. That's just how my body works. I am an ectomorph. My body loves carbs. So because of that, I have the beauty and the gift and the ability to spread them out all throughout the day. Ooh, good question. What are your fitness goals at the moment, and does intermittent fasting align with those goals? First and foremost, intermittent fasting can align with almost any single goal, and that is the beauty of it. Same with flexible dieting. My goals were to maintain. Now it's to get strength back. As you guys probably know, or most of you guys might know, I was hospitalized for quite a little bit of time. My kidneys, I had a major kidney infection, and on top of that, I also had E. coli. So I had like a double-edged sword, got stuck in the hospital. It was awful, god awful. I literally had a temperature of 102.5, 103 degrees 4 days in a row. Got released on the whim because I was pretty much begging to be able to get on a plane to come back home, just because no one wants to be in the hospital. Most of you guys probably know, but Nico, not my dog, the other Nico, which we were gonna make a YouTube video together, he took incredible care of me. There's nothing scarier than ending up in a city where you know nobody, because that's what happened. I flew into a city that I had never been to, that I didn't have anyone with me. I was all by myself, and basically walked off the plane. My body was shaking so bad that it looked like I was having a seizure. I have had 2 seizures in my life before, so that was my first initial thought, was that I was going into that, and it was terrifying. It was so bad that I wasn't cohesive. I couldn't understand what people were saying to me. I couldn't talk. I called Nico and I was like, I don't know what's happening. I don't even remember what I said to him, but I know I was freaking him out because I just wasn't clearly talking the way that a normal person should. Got taken to the Philadelphia ER in an ambulance. Got admitted overnight, then they released me. The next morning I had a whole nother episode. The medicine kind of calmed it down, and then I ended up, Nico drove me back to Connecticut to go to Yale, because that's one of the best hospitals in the US. Got to Yale, got admitted right away, and then that was that. I was just being pumped full of fluids. I had no appetite, I had a fever. It was terrible. It was terrible. That being said, I lost muscle mass pretty quickly, because it was about 2 weeks before I really got back into the swing of things. I'm just now kind of getting back into the swing of things. It knocked me off my feet completely for a good amount of time. Sucked. But you know, sometimes things in life happen. So I lost a lot of muscle mass, not a lot, but I feel like I did. I did lose a lot of strength. And so right now my goal is to just get back to where I was. Woo, that was a long-winded story and an answer to a question, but it kind of just filled you guys in on the whole hospital thing. Can I have green juice first thing in the morning, or will that break my fast? Anything that has calories in it is going to break your fast. I just answered this, but does stevia break your fast? Coffee, creamer, or milk? Yes. Anything with calories is going to break your fast. So if you put creamer, if you put almond milk like I do, I know I do it sometimes. You guys don't, I get so many people saying like, oh, but wait, doesn't that break your fast? Yes, it does. It does break my fast, and I'm very aware of that. There's some days that I just don't care, you guys. But yeah, anything that is not 0 calories is going to break the fast. You said you're a night owl, so what time do you wake up? What time do you go to bed? And how many hours are you fasting? I wake up around 6:37 a.m. depending on if I'm doing a spin class that morning. I go to bed around 11. I say 11, sometimes it's more so midnight, but I always do my best to get minimum 7 hours of sleep. That's just the best way that my body functions. How many hours am I fasting? I fast for 16, feed for 8. How do you typically drink your coffee when you are fasting or in a fasted state? Iced coffee. Iced coffee with liquid stevia, which is 0 calories. So that is how I drink my coffee. Or tea, that's 0 calories, I'll do that as well. Obviously, if I add in almond milk, it does break my fast, but you know what? Some days I don't care. Does drinking protein post-workout break your fast? Yes, that is going to break your fast. Like I said, anything with calories. Anything with calories, whether it be in food form, liquid form, or anything in between, it is going to break your fast. But that about sums up my questions, the most asked questions for the intermittent fasting Q&A. As always, if you guys have any more questions, you can leave them down below and I will do my best to answer and respond. It's hot in here, isn't it? Yeah, bud, it's hot. But you're a champ, you're a trooper. You're a trooper. Do you want some ice cubes? Do you want some ice cubes? Some ice cubes? He is getting so much bigger. Nico, come here. Hey, handsome. Say, I'm 7 months old almost and 60 pounds. 60 pounds of love. of love. A lot of people ask me about his training and how he did and how much he learned. He learned 16, 17 different commands, tricks, but you know, just like with anything else, I have to work on him daily with it. It's a work in progress. You're still a pup, you're still learning. But the main difference was that before he went to training, he was terrible about walking on a leash, and now he is so much better, so much better. If you've ever owned a bully breed or a pit bull, you guys know that they're like super stubborn, very hard-headed, very, very strong. So walking on a leash correctly was a big deal for us. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this sit-down Q&A. If you want me to do like a life Q&A or random Q&A or anything of that nature, give this video a thumbs up right now. I have not done one of those in a very, very long time. As always, leave any comments below on anything else you'd like to see on my channel, and I will see you guys in the next vlog. Bye!